Welcome to my presentation on my thoughts for my dissertation. So I would like to research response to intervention, or RTI, in algebra, a pathway to equity. So RTI is a tiered intervention system. I made this diagram for my own high school, where I'm the math department chair in Northwest Connecticut. And we have set up 3 tiers. So tier 1 is the classroom instruction, which is where we use research-based strategies, differentiated instruction. We have leveled courses. So we have honors, college prep, and general level. And the general level is where we are implementing the strongest intervention supports. We have a math help center, which students can access during the day. We call that tier 1 because students are not they're not required to be there. They are it's highly recommended. And then we use screening tests like Smarter Balanced, PSATs, Iowa Algebra Aptitude Test, and then midterm and final exams to help determine whether students should be entering tier 2. So tier 2 is the small group support, which is an additional course, and we have about 5 students per group that meets every other day for a semester. We also have a summer algebra camp, and we have about 10 to 15% of students identified in tier 2 mathematics. And then tier 3 we just consider to be special education students. So part of the reason I'm doing this research is to see, well, what are the best strategies? What does research say is the best use of each tier in high school? So why study algebra RTI specifically? Well, first of all, there's been a lot of research in elementary reading interventions, but much less in secondary math interventions. There also exists tremendous achievement gaps in algebra between races, socioeconomic status, and students' language backgrounds. And NCTM, National Council of Teachers of Mathematics, has called for secondary schools to implement equitable structures like detracking math courses to ensure that all students receive high quality instruction. And I know detracking has been a goal for many years, and there's a lot of pushback from teachers, from parents, to eliminate the different levels of math courses. Well, in order to do that, you have to face the fact that students are at different levels, especially in Algebra 1. And I decided to focus on algebra specifically because algebra is linked to a decrease in high school graduation rates, and also as far as Connecticut community colleges are concerned, Algebra 2 at a college level is required for many of the majors like nursing, education, and based on colleagues who teach at the community college level, about 1/3 drop out of the remedial algebra course. So it's kind of a gatekeeper for higher education and certain careers. So I came up with some questions. So the who questions. So who should be chosen to receive interventions in algebra? Who benefits the most from secondary math interventions as far as racial, gender, socioeconomics? I always want to approach things from an equity standpoint. And then who experiences the most struggle with algebra? And then the what questions. What should each tier look like in secondary schools? How is it different from elementary? So what pieces from elementary research applies to secondary school? What criteria should be used to determine the eligibility for RTI support? What criteria should be used to determine who should exit RTI support and when? What are the obstacles that prevent school districts from implementing RTI in secondary mathematics? What strategies provide students with the most opportunities for improvement of mathematics skills and concepts? And what kinds of assessments can determine the quality of an RTI program for algebra? So after schools have a running RTI program, how can they be assessed for effectiveness? So where is the need? So right now I have data from TIMSS, which is an international math and science test. So specifically in math, here's the 8th grade test. This chart shows from 100 is the lowest score up to 800 is the highest score. So this is from 2015. The 2019 scores are not out yet. And the black bar in here is the 90, the confidence interval. And then you can see the full range of scores for each country. So it's interesting to see how we relate to different countries. But there's still such a wide range of scores. And then the beginning of the bar is the 5th percentile, and then all the way up to the 95th percentile. So the point of this is to show the wide range of skills, and an RTI program, the goal of that would be to shrink the range of those bars. So I will do more research to look at specific, maybe states within the United States. And then when will the study take place? Since I'm completing part-time study, this will be done over the next 4 years. So it will be a continuous process over the next 4 years. So in conclusion, all students have the right to a high-quality mathematics education. All students are capable of learning mathematics. All students deserve the opportunities to reach higher mathematics courses so that they have opportunities to reach greater careers. And then algebra can be a gatekeeper to advanced mathematics and higher education. That's why I wanted to focus specifically on algebra. And here are the references for more information. Thank you very much, and I look forward to your feedback.